Good afternoon and welcome to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene, representatives of the National Emergency Management Organization (NEMO) Shelter Assessment Team met on Monday, April 28, at the NEMO headquarters in New Montrose to discuss the ongoing assessment of the public and private buildings to be used as emergency shelters throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. During the meeting, Director of NEMO, Michelle Forbes, emphasized the importance of the shelter assessment process. She reminded the assessors of the need to complete this additional round of assessments before the official start of the 2025 hurricane season, which runs from June to November. The NEMO shelter assessment is conducted on an annual basis to inspect the public and private buildings that are listed as emergency shelters and to identify and inspect new buildings that meet the criteria. The assessment is conducted by technical officers from NEMO headquarters, the Ministry of Education, the Buildings, Roads and Bridges Authority, BRACSA, and the Ministry of Transport and Works and Physical Planning. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said the Central Water and Sewage Authority, CWSA, has assured the government that there are ongoing efforts to address the issue of water quality within the Lago Heights Green Hill area. Speaking on radio on Wednesday, Dr. Gonsalves said it was reported by CWSA that in times of drought, the water quality at the Mamoon system is affected and the plant has been experiencing functional failure, that is, an inability to filter raw water during periods of low river flow. The Prime Minister noted that CWSA report indicated that the issue is to be rectified soonest, and in the meantime, a number of measures have come into effect. These include having customers in lower areas of Lago Heights and Green Hill now being fed water from the Majorca system, putting less pressure on the current Mamoon system. In the meantime, the Mamoon system will serve only the higher elevated areas of Lago Heights and Green Hill, as these areas cannot be served by the Majorca system due to the high elevation. The CWSA will also increase the frequency by which the Mamoon system is flushed to eliminate any suspended solids in the network and ensure the quality of water is safe for consumption and daily monitoring of the system. The technical issues affecting the plant are expected to be resolved within a month. Still on the local scene, persons affected by the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 1, 2024, have been promised continued assistance by the government, as $22 million have further been allocated to provide support. Speaking on radio this week, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves spoke about the continuation and expansion of the government's direct financial assistance program to families affected by Hurricane Beryl. He said that the various government ministries are currently updating the assistance list in an effort to include persons that were left out and to make sure that people are not benefiting from more than one of the government's assistance program. The Prime Minister said the ministries are currently involved in the rigorous vetting of the beneficiary list. As of mid-April, 4,604 persons had already received their first payment of $1,800, with the figure increasing following public outreach. The PM further said that the deadline is necessary for budgeting, but good sense means that provisions may still be made for late and previously unregistered cases through a separate program. On to news in the region. The government in Guyana has lifted a curfew that was implemented earlier this week in response to civil unrest triggered by the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. The Ministry of Home Affairs announced yesterday that the curfew has been revoked, stating it welcomes the steady and very encouraging return to normalcy. The emergency measure, which prohibited public meetings, gatherings, assemblies, processions, and marches between 12:30 a.m. and 5 a.m. was officially gazetted on Tuesday. It was implemented after a night of significant disturbances that saw fires set on major roadways throughout the country, businesses in Georgetown looted, and numerous robberies reported. The Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda has declared its recent National Gun Amnesty Program a success, with 7 firearms and 7 rounds of assorted ammunition surrendered to authorities during the 3-week initiative. During a press conference held on Wednesday, Acting Police Commissioner Everton Jeffers expressed satisfaction with the results of the amnesty, which ran from April 7th to April 30th. The surrendered weapons included 1 shotgun, 1 rifle, 2 revolvers, 1 pistol, and 2 air rifles described as pallet or BB guns. According to officials, the amnesty allowed citizens to voluntarily turn in weapons without facing prosecution for illegal possession. This latest initiative is part of the force's comprehensive strategy to combat gun violence and improve public safety throughout the country. On the international scene, rapper Sean Diddy Combs has formally rejected the U.S. government's offer to plead guilty and spare himself the possibility of a prolonged prison sentence. The musician appeared in court on Thursday ahead of the start of his sex trafficking trial next week. When asked by the judge if he rejected the prosecutor's plea deal, Combs replied, "Yes, I do, Your Honor, thank you." The 55-year-old is facing charges of sex trafficking and prostitution that allege he coerced women into prolonged sexual orgies he called freak-offs. The musician has denied all charges against him. If he is found guilty, Combs could spend the rest of his life in prison. Finally, in sports, transgender women have been barred from competing in all levels of women's cricket with immediate effect, the England and Wales Cricket Board (ECB) has announced. The ECB says transgender women and girls can continue to play in open and mixed cricket categories. The policy change follows a UK Supreme Court ruling on April 15th, which said the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. This has been VFM's Midday News. At 3 o'clock for VFM's 3 p.m. news. VFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Looking for the right pair of frames to make you look glamorous? Come to Quartz Optical. You'll find a wide selection of stylish frames from Prada, Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, plus new arrivals for you to choose from. Get up to 30% off lens and frames, 15% off cash purchases $999 and over. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today at quartzoptical.com. Wear it today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz Optical, value you can see. Offer ends April 24th, 2025. Special conditions apply.